Few Americans take the vile rapper Eminem seriously. He represents the lowest form of entertainment in this country and is a publicity hound to boot.
Conservative media has always been at war with hip-hop. Ask Eminem about it.
His attack on Sarah Palin, which is very crude, seems to be okay with the media. Here's what's going on.
O'Reilly would be referring to this music video for We Made You, depicting Sarah Palin as a sex goddess M would like to get with.
But I just think he's such a... I'm not even going to do that. I don't want to get into the ad hominems, but it's so crude what he does.
Crude? That's rich.
After the New York Times devastating report on at least $13 million Fox News and Bill O'Reilly paid to at least 5 women who brought sexual harassment claims against Bill O'Reilly. So we now know that the man running Fox News, Roger Ailes, was at least as bad as Bill O'Reilly and possibly much, much worse. He was driven out of Fox News last year once the basic outlines of his multiple offense sexual harassment lifestyle at Fox News was revealed.
The former Fox News host will reportedly receive $25 million. That's the equivalent of his annual pay.
Former Fox News chairman Roger Ailes, who was forced out in July, was reported to have left with an even bigger sum, $40 million. Between those payments and the sexual harassment settlements, the New York Times reports 21st Century Fox has paid out more than $85 million.
Not one woman's group so far that we've seen protesting any of this. Can you explain that to me?
And it wasn't just on television where O'Reilly made a fuss. His articles were printed in newspapers with titles such as Eminem et al. Are as hateful to America as Al-Qaeda fanatics. And when Slim Shady bagged the People's Choice Award, O'Reilly wrote, Eminem and other rappers portray American society as a stacked deck. They reject the struggle to succeed, instead encouraging rebellion in the form of antisocial behavior and mannerisms. Eminem's lyrics justify immediate gratification on all levels. In another article, O'Reilly typed, here's how much we've evolved in this country over the past 40 years. In 1962, Elvis Presley had become a rock star, singing about hound dogs, tender love, and his mama, whom he apparently loved. In 2002, Marshall Mathers II, aka Eminem, has become the country's hottest recording star. Are we sure Elvis Presley was the correct example to use here, Bill? He makes Elvis out to be this saint when dude was dating, well, I mean, you see on your screen, Major L to Bill in a career of many. But he'd continue on. Elvis, of course, had a profound effect on young Americans. Millions of young boys slicked back their hair and adopted some Elvis moves on the dance floor. I was one of those boys. Any way you slice it, Marshall Mathers sells degenerate behavior to kids. On his show, O'Reilly would make clear his whole point was, hey feminists, where you at? Eminem is saying he wants to bone the governor of Alaska. How could you stay silent, huh? Vanity Fair's Bill Bradley would call BS on O'Reilly. On the other hand, if Travis Tritt released a video reenacting the Bill and Monica Oval Office scene as Travis and Hillary, O'Reilly would put it at the top of the hour, thanking the conservative gods for being a songwriter that is so in touch with the times. Maybe Mathers put it best in an interview with the Metro Times. Have you ever thought about getting more political? And what did you think about that nitwit Bill O'Reilly condemning you for the Palin thing, they would ask. M's answer, well, that guy's a turd. After Bill Holship laughed and said, I hate him, M responded with, I don't know of a better way to put it than to just say he's a turd. Dan Ozzie saw through the charade. Why, he asked, is Eminem allowed to make jokes about Sarah Palin in his songs? But when O'Reilly makes a teeny little comment about legendary White House reporter Helen Thomas, calling her the Wicked Witch of the East, and saying that he would have poured water on her and she dissolved, do women's groups come after him? He brings radio host Tammy Bruce on to remind him what a wonderful, caring man he is. From News 1, O'Reilly is obviously just using Eminem to stir up controversy, which will help O'Reilly's ratings and Eminem's album sales. Still, for O'Reilly to criticize someone for explicit material after his erotic novel and sexual harassment suit is funny. Eminem is a comedian. He made fun of Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky and always makes fun of people in pop culture in his videos. The Republicans thrust Sarah Palin into the national spotlight, and people like Rush Limbaugh promoted her as the babe. Now O'Reilly's mad that the liberal media isn't crucifying Eminem for saying he'd have sex with Sarah Palin after the GOP attempted to capitalize off Sarah Palin's sex appeal. Eminem has said a lot more offensive things than his Palin comment, and O'Reilly is using the opportunity just to bash the media that doesn't agree with him.